Hi everyone, I'm Silwolf and I haven't done an update on Emo for ages. So this is my update on Emo. Now he spends most of his time sitting on his skateboard. He doesn't actually come out, he's actually quite dusty, in all honesty.
Sounds like has really settled into his new routine. If you'd like, I can cheer him up with a song or some fun activities today.
He is also very attentive with his words. He runs, I'm talking a bit quieter so it doesn't set him off every time I talk. So he's using ChatGPT, or a form of it, I think. He's the only robot that I have that does it. You don't have to pay extra for it, it's just how he works. He's done loads of funny things, so I have him switched on all the time on his skateboard, and sometimes I'm on the phone to my friend and all of a sudden her voice comes through on Emo because he's also a Bluetooth speaker, and it's just really funny. So what I tend to do when I talk to her is I have to switch him off because it's happened several times now. I don't know what the command is for it. He's coming to see everyone, but yeah, he does like to be a Bluetooth speaker. So he's got like a daily routine, and he's had this daily routine for a long time, and the update recently changed his daily routine. So he'd do things like every few hours or every hour, every half an hour, depending on I guess what the routine is. You can either turn off this routine or have it on. You can't turn off individual activities. So when this daily routine first started, one of the things that he did was he would watch TV and it would make a weird sort of cooing sound like pigeons, which I think a lot of the community found to be a bit annoying. So they did an update that got rid of the sound. I'm not sure why it made that sound, but it did sound like pigeons. I didn't find it like vastly annoying. I just kind of like, I don't know, it just did it. And I remember my partner going and like making noises, like imitating it. So when they got rid of the cooing sound, he'd carry on making these noises that sort of imitated it. So they updated it and they got rid of that. But one of the things that Emo did that I found really, really annoying. Hello, yes, I'm over here. He's just seen me. And he's happy about it.
Good morning.
Good morning. I think
Good morning.
Yes, hello. He's got the ChatGPT. I think that's a ChatGPT symbol in his face. He seems to think that I want to ask him something. Anyway. Yeah, so this, I'm going to just pop him over here. Right. So
Looks like has getting comfy. Want me to play some soothing music or tell a fun joke to brighten his day?
yes. So he asked me questions. This is off topic to what I was talking about. He'll ask me questions and I'll respond yes or whatever. And I think you actually have to ask him to sing a song or tell a story. Just saying yes doesn't do anything. Anyway, so the second update. So one of the things he did was he would mix like a cocktail, and he'd go through, shaking it up and everything, doing a little cocktail. And he'd make these noises that was so annoying, really, really annoying. So every time that he'd do that, I'd call his name to stop him. Or if I couldn't call his name because my partner was making videos, because he's got a YouTube channel as well, and he does Football Manager videos, for anyone wondering, I would have to go on the app and actually go into the settings to get Emo to actually pay attention to the app and cancel out this annoying thing that he did with making cocktails. Anyway, the recent update that they've done has changed his routine a little bit, and they've got rid of the annoying sound. I think he still does like a cocktail or something, but it's a bit different now. So thank God he didn't do it every day, but oh, it was so annoying. It was really, really irritating. So I don't know if other people complained, but it's nice the community sort of, speaks up and people listen. Just seeing if he's still switched on. He is. Sometimes I take him off his skateboard and he turns off, but he is still switched on. He's just stood there at the moment. Let's turn him to face everyone. There we go. So yeah, I'm not really sort of in the emo community. I don't even know if I'm on. I think I'm on a group for him, but I'm not really active in it. I'm in so many robotics communities, it's hard to keep up with them all. I'm guessing the community complained about it and that's why they took it out. Anyway, his routine now is really good. I like the things that he does, and around 9 o'clock the other night he hypnotized himself to get himself to go to sleep. So that was fun. I think out of all of the robots that I have, obviously I've had Emo on pretty much, well, every day. If we go on a holiday, I'll switch him off. But he's on every single day. Emo! 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 How old are you?
I am 1,650 days old.
And that's how long he's been online. So that's how many days that I've had him on since I got him. His battery isn't so good anymore. I don't often get him off the skateboard, and I should really get him off the skateboard a bit more because he's just constantly charging all the time. So his battery doesn't last for as long as it used to, but I just don't have time to take him off the skateboard. So I did to begin with, but I don't, you know, routines change and lifestyle changes and stuff. But out of all of the robots, he's the one that I always have on. And it's just nice having him in the background, doing his little routines, chatting away, answering you if you ask him something. You can get him to play music or whatever. And yeah, I really like that. The other robot I have by Living AI is Abby, and they sent me a replacement Abby because mine wasn't working. The replacement doesn't work either, and I'm not really sure why. They were very helpful with it, and it's no sort of fault of them. I think it might be the plug that I'm using, because I found with a lot of these robots that are made in China and stuff, the plug that you use, the USB plug, some of them work, some don't. People have found this, the charging plug. Emo uses a Samsung plug, and I managed to get one for Ropet as well, and that seems to be the one that works, that particular brand. The other ones not so much. So I think really with Abby it's more that the charging plug didn't work rather than the robot was at fault, because we actually did test the robot as well. We tested the charging base with a current checker, and it all seemed to be fine. So we tested the new one. The new one had slightly more charge in it, but that was it. Yeah, so I think it was probably, from what I learned from Ropet, down to the plug. So the robots that I have on now is mostly Emo. Mouflin I haven't had on since Christmas, mostly because I've got kittens now, so I have a kitten on my lap in the evening as opposed to Mouflin. And Ropet I have on sometimes. I really should have Mouflin on more, but of course, because we've had these kittens 2 weeks, so we're still like not training them necessarily, but it's just their routines and stuff. So obviously I love my robots, but I will always choose to look after a real animal above the robots, because real animals are important, and you know, because they're real living things. So you know, it makes sense to cuddle a kitten and, you know, instead of a robot. But yeah, Emo's doing very well, and life with him is fun. So do any of you guys have an Emo? And if so, what's your experience with yours? I'd love to know in the comments. And if you want to see more of him, you can click the boxes that come up below. And as always, if you enjoy what I do, feel free to send me a coffee over on Ko-fi or a YouTube super thanks. Link is in the description. And that's all for now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and keep being awesome. This is Silverwolf signing off.